Hello, it's David. Really quick one today. Got the Falcon out, tops off, keyboards off. Looking at this fan. I replaced this fan a little while ago because mine had been broken for years and years. But this thing has always screamed. It is noisy. Let me just see if I can demo that. Now that may not sound too bad when it's open and exposed like this, but I'll tell you what, when that's got the keyboard on top and it's a lovely resonant echo chamber, that is annoying. So what I've seen a few people do is to put a resistor in here to tone down the fan. Unfortunately, it means that it runs more slowly, and given that I've got an accelerator over here, that may end up being a bad idea. But I wonder if I could just lower the volume of this a little bit. So what I'm going to do quickly is I've removed the heat shrink from the 12 volt wire here. I'm going to desolder that. I'm going to put my multimeter in line and see what kind of current it's drawing, and then see what sort of resistor we can put in here to have a noticeable effect. So this is just a pair of wires that are cut, stripped and soldered together some many months back. So I'll just do the reverse now. And I'll get out my multimeter clips. So I've got this in DC auto ranging amp mode. We're in the amp connector over here, and I'm bridging between the two. I'm only expecting it to be, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred milliamps, but better to play safe than sorry. I don't want to blow the fuse. So we connect it up there. I'm just going to pop the power line in, and we will throw our switch. Not even 100 milliamps. Okay, so 70 milliamps. Okay, so doing some fast and loose maths here, we had so we've got 12 volts, and that is pulling about 0.07 amps. So that works out as about a watt, I think, 1 watt. Yeah, it's going to be about, yeah, okay, 0.8 watts. So call it 1 watt. I've got a decade. An SMD decade resistance card here, which is half a watt. Each one of those should be capable of half a watt dissipation. So should be fine for really short burst, obviously, or if I halve the current flowing through. So if we do some other really crude maths, let's say, well, V equals IR. We know V is 12. We know that the current was 0.07 amps. So the equivalent resistance that we saw at that voltage and at that speed, if we divide one by the other there, is about 170, right, so call it 180 equivalent ohms, obviously only at that one particular thing. So if I were to, say, put in a 200 ohm resistor here, I think that should, in theory, roughly halve the current flow. I mean, not in theory, actually. In theory, it shouldn't, because that figure was only valid for that particular speed. But anyway, I reckon that's safe enough to connect that up and have a bit of a measure. And see how that looks. Measure our current going through it with a 200 ohm additional resistance in there. So we're on our milliamps range now, and we were 70 milliamps. We're looking for something around the 30-40 milliamps region. Let's have a look. Spinning, there we go, 35, pretty close to half. 35, that would be dissipating about half a watt. So that's fine. Now that is much more quiet. Could probably afford to have that a bit louder still. Now, I don't want that to get too hot, probably best not put it on the plastic. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce that just down to the 100. Now that should be dissipating a bit more power. Maybe I'll put it that way up. Let it cool a little bit, but it's only going to be for a short period. Just want to see how it sounds and what our, check careful with those wires, and what our current is with that set to 100 ohms. Okay, and we jump up to 47 milliohms. Milliamps. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I'm a little bit reluctant to use my decade resistant box anymore. I'm going to take that out of there because I don't want to blow that up. I think we might switch over to discrete resistors. I'd like to thank this video's sponsor and the supplier of my project PCBs, PCBWay. PCBWay aren't just about PCBs either, although they are extremely good at that. They also offer component assembly, CNC machining, 3D printing, and a variety of other manufacturing services. They have a number of community-focused offerings too. The Shared Project Hub is an open platform for makers to share and exchange their ideas, and the PCBWay store is a great place to pick up assembled modules. I mean, who wouldn't want a musical Tesla coil? So many thanks again to PCBWay, and I recommend you have a look at some of the links included down below. Okay, so I've had a bit of a mess around with axial resistors, just not even taking them off the bandolier, just put them in here to give it a test. And the one I think I like the most is the 150 ohm. So if I power this up, there we go. That's nice and quiet, don't hear very much. It's drawing about 40 milliamps. That seems a good compromise to me between cooling and the noise. Now, because this is going to get wrapped up in heat shrink to insulate it, I don't want it to overheat. So what I'm doing is I am putting two 330 ohm axial resistors in parallel to distribute the heat dissipation a bit, and we will give this a try and see whether this suits our aims. Okay, so our resistor is in place. I've not yet put the heat shrink on, and I've switched over to the millivolts range over here, and we're measuring the voltage drop across this combined resistor that I've put here. So let's throw the switch and see how it sounds. So switch to volts, actually it's more than millivolts, isn't it? There we go, it's got a 6 volt drop across there, 6.5 volt drop across there, and it sounds absolutely fine. So let's do a quick bit of maths. Okay, so these two resistors, when put in parallel, come to about 165 ohms. Now we saw there was a 6.5 volt drop across those resistors, which means 6.5 divided by 165, it's about 40 milliohms. So that's rough amps. 40 milliamps, which is roughly what we were seeing over there on our multimeter. So 6.5 volts at 40 milliamps is a quarter of, so that one times the other, that's a quarter of a watt. Now these are quarter watt resistors each, so we've got an overhead here, factor of 2. So by pairing them up, that should be perfectly able to dissipate that additional heat, hopefully even when it's wrapped in a bit of heat shrink, like that. So I'm going to get that sealed up and call that job done. There we go, nice and tight, nice and safe. Let's go and enjoy my new quiet fan. Thanks for watching. See you next time.